tuned in. This is the Afcon moment on Omi TV, where we bring you nothing but the best when it comes to sport. Don't forget, we are streaming live on Facebook, Omi TV Ghana. So if you're not home, you can also watch on Facebook. And my big guest is here in the person of Mr. Eko Asma. Hi, sir. It's a pleasure having you.
Same here. Same here.
Afcon moment.
Great privilege. I have to pinch myself, make sure I made it here.
7 matches played so far.
Yeah, well.
Any surprises yet?
Not really. I was hoping the first timers would strike a blow for the little guy. Hasn't happened so far, but Zimbabwe gave glimpses of that potential, but hasn't panned out yet. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the little guys. You know, one of them, the new entrants, debutants, striking a blow for the little guy. Hasn't happened yet. But we have 2 more games to play in the group stages. That's what I'm looking at. So far, I've been impressed by Senegal. I was expecting it because if you check the qualifiers, they had probably one of the defenses after 6 matches that conceded only 2 goals. That's very impressive. And they've continued it in the opening match. They didn't concede. They scored 2 goals. I think they could have done much better. Uganda too seemed to surprise DR Congo. But really, when I checked the way the Senegalese carved up their opponent's defense, they had potential to have scored so much more. So they really are making a statement that, hey, here we are here to really go for the trophy. But just Senegal always flattered. They flatter to deceive, so I'm going to wait, and suspend my expectations of them. Disappointed with Morocco. Heavy Renard has established himself as winning every other Afcon, so he's supposed to do it, whether he likes it or not. He did struggle big time, and well, a win is a win. The West Africans, I was checking out the West Africans. Guinea struggled, but they clawed back from a goal down. It shows character. Madagascar really made a point. It was worthy of notes. Madagascar, is it a football nation? Well, yeah, they belong so far. And then Nigeria also struggled, but did win. A win is a win. I liked the Edion Igalo goal because he went for the feint, like he was going to strike with the left and then open up his legs and then struck with the right. It shows that class, real class. So far he showed strike class, and then Diatta with his strike.
Yeah, so, Diatta, the most handsome guy among the Senegalese.
Well, Idialo says he has a 1 on 2 things to
so
say about
I'll get back to you. We will take a look at the opening ceremony. When we come back, we will delve more into it because it's the 32nd edition being hosted by Egypt. So Eko will also talk more about it. If the video is ready, please let's have it. So Eko, you can still talk.
Yeah. So well, now next.
Oui, bien sûr.
Your favorite Black Stars and my favorite.
So now Eko, the opening ceremony is on TV now.
Yes.
What's your perception?
I was expecting a really good show, and I wasn't disappointed at all. They put on a show, and I remember watching the draw, and it was just a foreshadow of what to happen, and really showed that they belong there. Civilization started from them. They put on a show, no wonder, and they're the first nation to host the expanded format. So they really put on a show. Now that they're going to set the bar very high for subsequent hosts, and Cameroon is next. So I'm sure they are watching and taking notes as to how big the scale would be. So I'm never disappointed by the show they put out. Now, as to the show on the turf itself, I've never been impressed with them, and especially given what they did at the World Cup, looking more and more like a one-man team. If Salah doesn't strike, they struggle. But hey, a win is a win. And usually for the organizers, they want the host nation to go. It'll be more colorful and all that. So we're hoping for Egypt's progression into the knockout stage, and then no more beyond that.
So viewers who just joined us, this is the opening ceremony if they weren't able to watch it last week, Friday. So that's the lightning. You can see a lot of people around, excited. I don't know if all of them are Egyptians, but well, organizations compared to previous ones, you have been in the system for quite some time.
This, I think this tops the last one. and I was not particularly keen on the showpiece the last time in Gabon, but I was really looking forward to something really colorful, and I was never disappointed. I think this tops it, and they set a new bar. So if we also planning on staging it at some point, we'll have to take note and try and beat it. But I'm very impressed by the showcase so far.
Did you watch it last week Friday?
I did.
Okay, and what did you see that you didn't like so far? Even though you liked them, maybe from the beginning to the end, I don't know if you have something.
Given the brevity of time Egypt had, I will have no qualms with their shortfalls because they had very short preparatory stage, given that we know Cameroon was going to host it and it was taken away from them for all kinds of reasons. Official reasons cited was infrastructure, there were security concerns too and all that. So because of that, I won't fault them. Because they took it at short notice and there was concern in certain quarters that they might not even be ready. But I have no complaints
But
about it.
I enjoyed it, as you said. And now the first game was between Egypt. So Egypt hosting it and scoring. What do you make out of the whole thing?
Like I said, I really wasn't convinced by Egypt's performance on the day. Trezeguet did well, struck well. I actually liked the performance before the goal itself, because he did perform. He really took the ball and feigned, created space for himself. But he showed well class. I like those kind of goals as opposed to just a cross and it's a free header and it's an easy goal. But he did create the opportunity to score. So kudos to him. So if he's going to be given that much room because of Salah, then it's going to be his tournament. So then Egypt can look forward to some big things happening if he's going to be always open.
Is it the huge expectation going to put pressure on him?
On Trezeguet or Salah?
No, Salah.
Salah, it's becoming too predictable playing Salah. When he gets the ball, more than likely he's not going to pass the ball. More than likely he's going to try to strike. So they're going to be double teaming him a lot. So I'm hoping his coach will tell him and tell his other teammates to stay open, and that take the pressure off himself by passing more, so that once others start scoring, then of course they won't be able to double team him, and then one-on-one he'll be able to take on opponent and beat them. We know how good he is. He may be suffering from some fatigue, but I saw how well he was policed in the first match. So it may be a good idea to just pass and just steal into positions when the spotlight is not on him, for the other teammates to also get into open positions, and then he'll be able to strike. But I know he's a strike first kind of player, but he shouldn't carry the burden alone. If he feels like he has to do something extraordinary every time, it may be disappointing, because that was the case when they went to the World Cup. It was very disappointing. I know he scored 2 goals, but they really didn't do it. Actually losing to Saudi Arabia, it was shocking. So it will be best if the coach can communicate to him, look, Salah, relax, share the burden, and then just like in his case, I want to compare him to Messi. If Messi carries the burden too much and he's clamped down, as it happens in matches, sometimes he's shut down, the rest of the team are not able to play. But if you just pass, and it will seem to the opponent that you're not in the really mode to strike, when the opponent is not really expecting, then you strike. It's all about team. So emphasize more the team effort, and then the pressure will be off him. He definitely is carrying the burden, definitely. So I feel that he bears the pressure.
If you should take Salah maybe aside, who are you targeting in the Egyptian team?
So far, well, I like Gado in the back there. It's like the defense minister. I like defenses. I prefer defenses to offenses, because anybody can score, but can you defend against great offenses? I'm looking at Koulibaly too. Like yesterday, I noted his performances, especially when he would go up front and his timely interventions at the back. So Gade in the back there, and then Trezeguet, because of what he's demonstrated so far. I know Salah will rise to the occasion. So really, I'm looking more at the back, and at least so far they haven't conceded. We'll see if they can continue with it. Based on their performance so far, though, it's not too impressive. And we want to see Egypt tested against, for instance, Uganda, who scored 2 goals against DR Congo. Want to see how the defense would bear and how much better they can play. So it's just the first match, so I don't want to be too hard on them. I want to see what else will happen on match day 2, and then we can get a fair idea as to how they will fare. Right?
Well, 7 matches played so far, so we will go and take highlights of the matches played. When we come back, we'll still discuss the Afcon moment right here on Omi TV. Stay.
A very warm welcome to you and thank you for joining us here at the Cairo International Stadium. Yes, it's that time. We've arrived. The 32nd edition of the Total CAF Africa Cup of Nations is upon us. Egypt, the hosts. Nearly 80,000 passionate Egyptian fans are behind their team, the Pharaohs, led by Mo Salah and co, as they get ready to take on Zimbabwe in this Group A opening clash on a warm evening here in the Egyptian capital. Corner's taken short, and it comes out, and there's the lofted chance. Oh, it's tipped over the crossbar again from Sibanda. Comes to the rescue, Merson with the header there. Picked up by Tarek Hamid. Here's Mo Salah with plenty of space, thought he was going to go for the cross, go for the shot. Oh, it's beautiful football! What a great save, and another follow-up shot from Trezeguet, but it goes high and over into the stands. Beautiful, sumptuous play. It was laced with verve, laced with swag. Trezeguet. Oh, he's a nifty little player, isn't he? Trezeguet working well. He's onside as well. Trezeguet has given Egypt the lead. Beautiful finish there. Oh, he teased, didn't he, the defence? And look at that, the fans are going absolutely insane. Celebrations right across the country as Trezeguet puts Egypt ahead, just teasing with that ball on the toes of his boot there, and before he does, beautiful finish there to fire into the corner. Stunning finish, absolutely sumptuous, neatly done. Chance for Mo Salah, oh, it's a good save. Sibanda comes and pulls off a fine save there, but he's down, and it might be his last move. I don't know if he's capable of getting back up. He's seriously struggling now, isn't he? Seems to be okay, though. And watch out, the Warriors. Karuru with a shot. It's a great shot. A thumping, rasping effort that was slowly and gradually rising up towards the top corner. Good play from Walid Solomon. That's a very good ball. There's a chance for a shot. Oh, what a great save! A very good save there. Of course, Salah was just looking to try and get that ball in the corner. Read it well, didn't he? And Chipazizi doing really well. Oh, that challenge is very solid indeed. Play on, says the referee, not a problem. Biliat taking advantage. They've got to play it back, and Tariq Mohammed's just coming back and needs to get back into position. There's a good chance. Oh, that was just well delivered there. Rasike should have just...
from Madagascar, Anise Andriana Tiniani.
So those were the highlights of the 7 matches which has been played so far. Eko,
Yeah.
what's the assessment of some of the players' performance? Your assessment?
So far 2 strikeout, 3 so far for me.
3. Who and
Yes.
who?
John Gallo, given the world-class goal he scored. It seems so easy, but if you watch carefully, he had a lot of technique. He feigned striking with the left, opened up his legs, and bam. Then Diatta, then Koulibaly at the back.
Koulibaly.
So far for me. So far for me. I'm looking out for tomorrow. See what our boys will they put on the show. You know, they are the stars, black stars, shining and all that. So far I'm impressed by those 3. That's why, you know, well, it's just early because the goalkeeping area, you know, some have considered 2 here and there. Let's see by match day 2. I'm particularly keen on seeing how defenses will hold up against sophisticated offenses and all that. But so far, these Koulibaly and the 2 strikers, Trezeguet and Johnny Gallo, so far.
So far.
Yes.
What about officiating?
Diatta too.
Diatta?
Wow, 4.
My boyfriend.
4.
Wait, what about officiating?
So far, no complaints.
No complaints.
No complaints.
Okay.
We don't want any VAR issues. It's early in the day, so let's cross our fingers and hope that it will be smooth sailing for us. Because African football has undergone a lot of scrutiny in the past. I'm choosing my words carefully. The past 2 weeks, especially last week. So let's salvage some image for African football. We need it and we deserve it.
But is Africa ready for the VAR? Because what's happening?
Well, we can learn from it and get better. You know, I mean, it's a reality. The VR is here to stay, so we might as well get used to it and be up and doing and be efficient in its application. And just be honest. You know, in the case of the first instance when this disgraceful conduct was put out, we were just not honest. We're not efficient. The Hawkeye team trying to explain the Champions League final fiasco away by saying they had to ship the equipment to Riyadh after the first match in Rabat, and it really wasn't necessary from Rabat to Tunis. That's right here, and even Cairo is right there. They could have just left it at the headquarters of the CAF, and then when the equipment wasn't available, and what stopped the CAF officials from disclosing it to the teams? Sorry guys, the equipment didn't arrive on time. We'll play without VAR, which is what we've been doing all this while anyway. So there was no need trying to deceive the whole public. You know, putting up some caricature and you know, and pretending that it did exist, and that exacerbated the problem because you know, if you remember that the workplace were referring the referee to go see the VAR, and it was non-existent. You know, very shameful. I'm hoping we can redeem some lost images.
Is it not really taking the excitement out of football? Because you would have to wait, like your food is ready, but you had other things. You have other things doing before you come back. Your food is cold.
I don't know if it's food. I think it's water.
It's water.
I think it's water. Yes. But you see, it's a fact of life. It's here to stay. It's been applied at various stages of international competition. In some cases, some domestic competitions will be introducing it next season. We may not have to absorb it wholesale, but we can make adjustments here and there, apply some of our own. Because I hear, for instance, in the EPL next season it will be used, but with a little variation to it, you know. But you know, with every new technology, it has its teething problems. You know, over time, the game will speed up faster. You know, so it's part of the process. I mean, it's too early in the day for us to be experiencing these problems, but we have to learn faster and get on with it and try to match up the European standards. Even at the European stage, it's not trouble free, because I remember one EPL match, Chelsea and a different team, and there was a player who was clearly in the outside position, was captured by VAR and all that. Referee still ignored it, you know. So, but it's trying to help with fair play. You rather that a team may not be unduly punished, you know, than somebody actually scoring a goal and being denied and all that. It's all about fair play. It's trying to help with efficiency. You know, the games become faster, you know, and even though there are more officials and all that, the human eye cannot really catch up with the alacrity of the game, the velocity of the ball and all that. They're all trying to make it more efficient. So let's try and incorporate with the technology. Because it's new, there will be problems here and there. Give it 1-2 seasons, I'm sure they will get more efficient.
So that's Africa.
Yeah, I don't buy that excuse, because then we are saying, no, we are not as good, or we cannot do what. But if we say in Africa it won't work, we are trying to tell the world, oh, we are not as good, as sharp, that we cannot also do it like they do. I'm a Pan-Africanist. When I hear that, it really bothers me, that because I know we've been in classrooms with white folks before. We beat them all the time, you know, and we know they are, you know, I'm trying to be careful here, but we know some of their IQ levels. You know, they have a system that has certain interventions in place, unlike in Africa. So there are people that are able to take advantage of those interventions and all that. But really, when it comes to the book and the head, you know, we're there. It's just the application. We may need to be scrutinizing the applications of the laws. And it's unfortunate that now even FIFA is supervising CAF, you know, but it's come to that because our people have demonstrated, our leadership have demonstrated how really weak mentally they are and how really bad they are in adjusting to standards of fair play and all that. But we have weak governance issues in Africa, you know, even from the political level all the way down. It's unfortunate, but we have to do better. But we cannot say, oh, we are not ready, we're not ready, you know, it just gives a certain message as though mentally we are not there. We are there, we are sharp, you know. Don't forget Kofi Annan, president of UN. No, we are ready, we can do it. Once we have, we need some honest officials. You know, once the honesty is there, in our applications will be efficient and fair play will rule, which is the motto of FIFA. We just haven't had honest administrators in Africa for a long time. I'm glad though, however, unfortunate that FIFA has to supervise CAF. It's almost like an normalization committee for CAF, because this CAF is going to undergo forensic audit and all that, just like here, you know. And I suspect that at some point Ahmad Ahmad may have to resign, because this is a clear indictment on his stewardship, you know. But I think we are ready. We can do it. If we get better leadership at the top of CAF, will be an example. I still have hope.
Your strongest team out of the, or country out of the 7 matches played so far?
Senegal.
Yes. Okay, so we will go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about today's game. Do stay.
Hi, good people. My name is Ajit Anand, and I'm on Omi TV. Feel the difference. I'm feeling the difference. You've got to feel the difference.
My name is Prophet Edmond Kofi Asari Dixon. Omi TV, feel the difference. Omi TV, no size. Omi TV, I said God is in control. Omi TV, you will go far. God bless Omi TV.
Hello viewers, this is Lai Kingston, former Black Stars player. Keep watching Omi TV, feel the difference. Hi, my name is Stephen Appiah, former captain of the Ghana senior national team. I always watch Omi TV.
Awule Kwe Jr., now a Reverend Minister. I urge you to watch Omi TV so that they will give you the best of news. Amen.
Yo, my name is K3 of K3 FC. Keep watching Omi TV.
A friend Charles Kwaku Asampo Trailer, Omi TV, feel the difference.
Hello, my name is Regina Santi. Liberty Professionals, keep watching Omi TV. Always all the best, always the best.
This is a Trump speaking, ex-Blaster player. Omi TV, Abanike.
Guys, watch out. Omi TV is going to shock the world. Yeah, you're done. Tell them.
Hi, my name is Anthony Wood, scriptwriter, actor, and keep it locked on Omi TV. I say so.
Okay, so I really appreciate everyone who's watching Omi TV.
Hi guys, this is Cookie. Keep watching Omi TV.
Charlie, this is Omi TV. If you don't watch Omi TV, what you watch? But you what's up? Charlie, make you watch Omi TV. Bobali says so. Allah your boy, man. Salam alaikum.
So hi, I'm Nancy Morris. Keep watching Omi TV. Yes.
Keep it locked on Omi TV. My name is Terry Valentino, actor and commercial model. Thank you.
I'm telling you now, I'm endorsing Omi TV because that's the new age. All about entertainment. The best, you'll get it on Omi TV. So keep watching, don't change the channel.
Thanks for staying. Don't forget to get interactive with us on all our social media platforms at OmiTVGH, and also visit our website at omitvgh.com. We are streaming live on Facebook, Omi TV Ghana. I'm coming back to you, Echo.
Yeah.
Echo, let's talk about today's match. So Ivory Coast is playing against South Africa. So what are you expecting from any of the teams?
South Africa, well, let me go to Ivory Coast first. Cote d'Ivoire. They lost to Uganda in a friendly, 1-0, and it was surprising. And then they vented their spleen on Namibia, 4-1. Like, I was like, oh, Uganda dead, beat us. Okay, we'll visit the sins of the Ugandans on Namibia. They scored 4 goals to 1. It was more like a statement. I'm expecting them to put on a show. South Africa, not really been a force in African football, not one. For the longest time. Ivory Coast, I expect them to go far, but in terms of potential to win it eventually, I think they will require Ghana to be in the final, because they've demonstrated that they've only won it when Ghana has been in the final. So, you know, they do have the potential. This year, though, I wouldn't tip them as one of the top sides, but that 4-1 scoreline is a big statement. Remember, Namibia beat Ghana in a friendly 1-0. So for them to have beaten them 4-1, and I know South Africa also played in the Kusafa Cup, getting ready for this and all that, beat Namibia too. But against Cote d'Ivoire, slightly tipping in favor of the Ivorians. Yes.
Which players are you expecting from both?
My favorite, I have to be biased here. The man, the Crystal Palace guy,
Zaha.
And then I was going to go goalkeeping, but I'll just stay with Zaha. You know, you said you had Diatta is your boyfriend.
Yes,
I
my
also have a bias.
Diatta, I was watching him yesterday. Expectations?
Good strike, very good strike.
For tonight.
This match. Tunisia is also playing?
Yes, Tunisia is also playing.
Yes.
Tunisia and Angola are playing.
Yes.
And Mali, Mauritania.
Yes. The North Africans have demonstrated so far. Egypt, Morocco, Algeria have all scored. I expect the trend to follow. Like I said in the Ivory Coast South African match, slightly in favor of Ivory Coast, Mali, and Tunisia. I expect the North Africans to maintain their form. Tunisia was also very good in the qualifiers. They topped their group, including Egypt. Likewise, Mali. Mali was also one of the top defensive teams during the qualifiers, conceding very little, 3 in about 6 matches. So, based on that already, you know, unless something extraordinary happens, one of the little guys strikes a blow. But I'm going to stick with the North Africans. And this makes it even more imperative for the West Africans. You know, the West Africans have won. Nigeria won, Senegal won, Guinea struggled a little bit, clawed back. In order to, because we are getting a lot of the North African dominance. If they continue, then they top their groups, and we don't top our groups. I mean, I'm talking about the West African powers. Then we're likely to hit them. You know, I would like us to be able to top our groups to also dodge the North Africans. But really, they have demonstrated they are in form, per the qualifiers and per the results so far. I expect Tunisia and Mali to also win.
The North Africans, is it because the match is properly or being played at Egypt?
Not because it's in their hemisphere, but just as I said, per the qualifiers and per their record in the qualifiers, Mali was one of the highest scoring, even least conceding teams in the qualifiers after 6 matches. Senegal conceded only 2. Mali, I think, conceded only 3. Tunisia topped their group, and so they are demonstrated in the qualifiers. And if you check the results so far, Morocco has struggled so far, but the win is a win. They won. Egypt has struggled, won. Algeria scored 2 goals. So if that trend is going to continue, given what happened in the qualifiers too, it's not because of the hemisphere. I know typically when the game is being played in a certain hemisphere, these teams in those areas usually those teams tend to get into the semi-final, final. So yes, but based on their strength so far in the qualifiers and what's happening so far, I expect those Tunisia and Mali to also win today.
Are the West Africans going to be a threat to them?
We should, because Ghana is one of the
strongest.
It's one of the favorites in the estimation of most people. In Ghana, though, we don't see them as Ghana as one of the favorites. But if we get the right selection, which is a big if, because we've seen instances of bias here and there trying to accommodate so many senior players and all that. It gets in the way of our chances. But if we get the right selection, Ghana will go far. But it's a big if, because the coach has demonstrated he likes to accommodate the senior players, and it may not be such a good idea.
Let's go to the attendance. It seems attendance has been a bit poor. What do you also make?
I think after a while they'll open the gates.
They will?
Because you see, you want to make sure that the investments put in by all the companies will yield much dividend. When they see that, they will take stock of it and realize that but for the Egyptian games, but it's surprising because Egyptians like football, so it's surprising that some of the attendances are falling. But of course, you see there are new teams here and there that don't really have the record as very good tournament teams do. Maybe initially in their matches people will wait and see to see something extraordinary. Zimbabwe played pretty close. Burundi even did very well, stretch Nigeria. So if one of the little teams strike a blow here and there, or they cause a big upset, then other fans may start watching their matches. But I'm sure after a while, if the attendances keep dropping, then they may open the free gates, and because it will be colorful to get more people in there. Advertisers like to get the numbers in there, so maybe just too early to criticize. Let's see. It's just one game so far.
Do you want to predict?
Ivory Coast, South Africa, Tunisia, Angola, Mali.
Yeah, I think I already did. Ivory
Coast, South Africa. You said
Ivory Coast over,
but no
South
score
Africa.
line. No score line.
2-1.
2-1.
2-1 Ivory Coast.
2-1. Tunisia, Angola.
Tunisia, Angola. 1-0 Tunisia.
Mali, Mauritania.
2-0 Mali.
2-0 Mali.
Yes.
So, is it a betting strategy for or no?
I don't recommend it.
You don't recommend
if you bet it, well, I won't say I don't recommend it. I'm not guaranteeing the result. So if you bet, you're on your own.
So you're on your own if you bet. Eko is saying that. So Eko, Black Star is playing tomorrow.
Yes.
And the hula baloo, everything happening in Ghana. What are you expecting tomorrow?
I just hope Kwesiapia would be bold and go by my lineup.
What's your lineup? Let's have it.
Lineup.
Uh-huh.
Ofori, Yadam, Lumo, Nuhu, John Boy, Wakaso. Please don't play Kujasamwa at 6. We need very strong people in the middle to win balls. So Wakaso, Achu, Pate, Asamoah, Ekuban, Tamase Japan.
And who will you stick your neck out for? Which of the players will you stick your neck out for?
Pate, I think Pate has been underutilized. Unfortunately, I wish Kwesiapia wouldn't underutilize his potential. I mean, he's demonstrated that he can score the goals. Ekuban has demonstrated that he can score the goals, especially since we are now playing an opening match against Cameroon, which we deem to be a stronger side than Benin. At least in this instance, we have an opportunity to quote-unquote experiment with this lineup, as opposed to going with the more famous, because I anticipate that I can give you Kwesiapia's lineup, not mine, his.
Let's have it, that
same,
one too.
Same Ofori, Yadom, Lumo, Nuhu, Boy, then Kujasamwa instead of Wakaso. Then Jordan, 7. Then Pate. He may even withdraw Pate into defensive midfield, which is what he's been doing the friendly so far. You know, it's really, we are shortchanging our opportunities up front to score, and that's the area where we've been deficient in goal scoring. And then Dede. And did I leave it? And Jan. Yes.
And
that would be Kwesiapia's lineup. I expect that to be his lineup. You know, instead of mine. You know, I will please plead with him. I hear he has some special ears for you.
For me.
If you told him this is the lineup. Oh, so I heard wrong.
What did you hear from? Where?
So I heard wrong.
Where did you hear from?
I heard wrong.
I want to know where you heard it from.
Maybe some unreliable source. Since you're saying it's a lie.
Okay, Kwesiapia, I'll call you on phone. I'll call him on phone.
Nice. But I'm sure he will like to hear from you, because he's probably heard about Omi TV. You know, Omi is making waves. You know, with the Joe Latte thing, it's huge.
Thank you very much, sir.
It's huge. And I was privileged to be part of it. You know, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you too for coming.
So I'm sure Kwesiapia will be listening to Omi TV. You guys are making waves. But really, I expect Ghana to win. No matter what the lineup, I expect Ghana to win. Because we really, given the investment so far, you know, you had Anado repeatedly saying that this is the year of the return, and look at the investment he put in. I remember one time when Ghana was playing in Ethiopia, he passed by. And then last year, around September, when Ghana was hosting the Afcon, on the day that Black Queens were playing, I remember President Anado hosted Samoa Jan and Dede at the Jubilee House, and then really reinforced. And I was on the program with Samoa Jan, with him really reinforcing the message that Nanado is bent on getting the bragging rights that he, you know, called the drought during his tenure. I mean, if Nanado is able to get the bragging rights, it's still good for all Ghanaians. We all want to see Ghana win, and you know, the trickle down effect will be magnanimous. You know, in the sense that he spent his time and all that, it will be huge. But the fact that he spent all that time, you know, I know the resources are Ghanaians, but he himself has put all his spirit and all that into it. You know, it'll be great for him, even politically, but for all Ghanaians really, because there's it's a huge 3 generations gap between the last time Ghana won last century. It was the 20th century. Last time Ghana won. And now, so it will be great for Ghana. But, let's just hope Kwesi Appiah will be up to it. Fingers crossed. The last time Ghana won, Kwesi Appiah was part of the team. And it was in Libya. So Ghana's won in that territory. We won in 65 in Tunisia and 92 in Libya. It's in that territory. So it's not really outside of realm of possibility for Ghana to win. You just have to be very bold and don't look at any faces and just don't try to accommodate the seniority. Just go for the best, and we are all behind Kwesi Appiah.
The Benin coach has appeared 6 times in the African Cup of Nations. Isn't that going to be a threat too? Kwesi Appiah?
Did you see how they fared in the qualifiers? Benin has a deficiency in the goal difference. They concede a lot. Ghana has a +6 goal difference, which is much better than Benin. So really, upon all those appearances, how they fared in the qualifiers. They did well. They beat Algeria at home, beat Togo, lost to Gambia on the road and all that. So I'm not trying to belittle Gambia, but this is of course this is virgin territory. It's not any advantage to Ghana and all that. But really, I'm not overawed by the Beninois coach's credentials at all. This is Kwesi Appiah, the same coach that went toe to toe, so to speak, with the Germans, and we could have beaten them and all that. So, and even last year, he took the Black Stars to Japan, beat Japan. That later went to the World Cup and did creditably well. Went to Iceland, tied Iceland 2-2 at home. So Kwesi may not necessarily be the best, but he's good enough. Just if he would just not do the seniority thing, then we'll be fine.
With this, isn't complacency going to set in?
On the part of Kwesi Appiah?
Yes.
Well, what complacency? I don't think so. I mean, we had a very cheap group to qualify. I'm sure he knows, and we didn't have to deal with Sierra Leone.
This boils down to the underdogs, where they are doing so much. So if we think
but by now, if we were too sure of ourselves, by now, even from the proceedings so far, we'll sit up. He would know after a few matches. He would be like, oh, Burundi stretching Nigeria. Wow, let me be up and sit. But I don't think Kwesi Appiah will be underrating Benin at all. This match, I am sure, will be approached as though it's the grand finale, because you want to put your best foot forward, and I have no doubt that they will never underrate Benin. They will consider it as a cup final and go all out and get us the win, because then suddenly the skeptics out there will all join and push the spirit of the nation behind the Black Stars. So I expect Kwesi Appiah to be able to account for his Beninois counterpart and win us our first game tomorrow.
Do you think we can go far? Because from 16 to 24 teams.
It's only one match extra. If you look at it from 16 to 24 teams, it's as though you play 8 more matches. No, but it's just one more match, So far, we haven't heard any adverse reports from the camp. Great stuff, they're keeping the lid on all the stuff happening there. Actually, the drama all happened here, fortunately for us, as opposed to in the past where it happened during the tournament. So that, in that sense, already it's a great coup for Ghana. Nothing adverse has happened so far, and really, I don't foresee us stumbling right out of the block. I expect Kwesi Appiah to get his first win, get all Ghanaians our first win tomorrow.
And our captain is going to deliver?
Did he? Well, in my lineup, he's starting from the bench. But I don't know about Kwesi Appiah. He may start him, So I don't know. But if he plays, I hope he does score, And as long as we win, fine. But I think we should really be bold and get the fighters out there, those we know who have the form, on current form. It's not Dede. Dede doesn't have the pace. He'll be playing on the wing. On the wing, you need pace, and that's Thomas Ejapon. He's a junior in the team, but he does have the pace. He can dribble, he can speed, he can cross with precision and all that. So if I were the coach, it would be him. But I'm not a coach. Kwesi knows better than all of us here, and I expect that he will put a winsome team on the field and get us the win.
This is not part of our discussion, but what do you make out of our $8 million?
Is it 8 million?
Is it 8? How much is it, producer? 8 million.
Is it official?
Reportedly.
Yes, I've heard 15 million too.
Yours 15?
I've heard that too. It's not official.
And we have the highest so far when it comes to the table from all the African countries.
Yeah, and we don't even know if it's 15 or 8.
18.
So even at
yes.
8 is the highest. You know, that's what you're saying. But now, probably on the eve of Ghana's first match, it's not the priority, but it speaks of bad governance standard. You know, this transparency red flag. We can't even declare how much we're taking. It's our money, and the players are our brothers and our sons and all that. If we are going to take very good care of our own brothers and our sons and all that, there's nothing wrong with it. But there's everything wrong with the fact that it's as though there's some underhand dealings here and there. You know, in the past, there's an ESCO member, Linnea Addy, who mentioned that in the past the FA generates the budget and then it gets to the ministry and then they will add to it. You know, who knows? Is it happening now? You know, because it's being kept under wraps. You know, the masses are being taken away from the issues. It's as though something underhand is happening. You know, we have every cause to believe something suspicious is happening, and that shouldn't be the case. You know, we all have the cake. It's our national cake. Let's all partake of the cake.
Taste it.
Yes.
Cake is sweet.
You know, some don't believe in fair share of the cake, and some think it's too sweet to share with Omi TV. You know, at least they should just tell you. Don't tell me. They should tell you how much it is, and I'm sure you keep it under wraps.
Yes, I will.
All right.
So, Eko, before you leave, please look into the camera and advise Kwesi Nyantiti. Sorry, did I say Kwesi Nyantiti? Sorry, Kwesi Appiah.
Is your friend?
Yes, okay. Partly.
Okay.
So.
Did you say hardly?
Partly.
Partly, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This one, this camera or this camera? This one. So you look and advise Kwesi Appiah on tomorrow's game.
You know, Kwesi is my friend. Kwesi, we wish you all the best. Please be bold. Don't consider any seniority. Get us the best players who are psychologically tuned up and on form to deliver. We have great faith in you to deliver. So we're all backing you. We expect a great victory tomorrow. And may it be the beginning of great things for the Black Stars.
And
go Black Stars.
May it be the beginning. Thank you so much for passing through.
My great honor and privilege.
So Omi, we'll be calling on you again. I don't know when, but anytime.
Nice.
I hope you're ready for us.
Nice.
We can worry you.
More than ready.
More than ready. Okay, so thank you very much for tuning in to Omi TV. My name is Aku Mensah, and this has been the Afcon moment right here on Omi TV. Connect with us on all our social media platforms at omitvgh.com, omitvgh, and also visit our website at omitvgh.com. And if you just tune in, today's match is going to be between Ivory Coast and South Africa, which will be played at 2:30. We also have Tunisia and Angola, which will be played at 5 o'clock. And Mali and Mauritania will be played at 8 o'clock in the evening. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you same time tomorrow. I'll be geared up here again. We'll be waiting for the Black Stars to, you know, take it on Benin. Have a nice day.